but like, is anyone else like looking at this stuff and being like, what's happening? Because it's going kind of crazy. I feel like everyone knew that it was never that accurate, but I feel like in the case of Wuthering Waves, I don't know if they did something different, but like with the Wuthering Waves earnings are a little weird. Dude, they changed it again. Wait, no, wait, hold on a second. Am I on drugs? It should be, earlier it was 11 million. What is it right now? Oh, okay, they're not combined. Hold on a second, let me combine them. Wuthering Waves. Bro, it was 11 million. It went down to 10.5. What the fuck is happening? To be honest, it depends on the banner. I agree. This 100% depends on the banner. Sensory Tower. This is the charts that tracks all gacha revenue on mobile only. So it tracks JP, it tracks global, CN, etc. So initially, Wuthering Waves was at 6 million. Yesterday, it was at 6 million. I woke up at like 5 a.m., recorded a video, and everyone was talking about it. Oh my god, end of service. Wuthering Waves is done. Wuthering Waves is over. The game is dead. It's dying. But there's a lot of outrage because if you look on like Apple, if you look on the Play Store, not only is Wuthering Waves like their rating went super high up, but also like people are like, bro, this is just not fucking accurate. And they brought out how like they were kind of just dividing it, the numbers in half every single month. And so pretty much they then changed it to 11 million. And now it's back to 10.5, and they're just guesstimating it, which obviously like they can't get the actual real numbers, but people are putting so much stock into this shit. It's kind of crazy. So I wanted to watch this video where it's like, did Shorekeeper drop revenue by 50% and why? The short answer was no, because A, these numbers aren't accurate. B, I really do think Wuthering Waves is mainly played on PC. I think they've absolutely lost all of the, like 95% of their mobile players. It is what it is. Really shitty launch. Where do they get the data from? We're going to go into that after, because I actually have a Twitter thread about Tower of Fantasy that I wanted to look into as well. There's 2 companies that they get the data from, apparently. So it's Gacha fans having dick measuring contests. Literally, it is Gacha PvP enabled, and pretty much just a bunch of idiots on both sides who love Wuwa that are like, you know, well, there's a free 5-star, and then the Gacha people saying end of service, end of service, end of service. So it's really just both of them having a dick measuring contest, like you said, and it's pretty stupid. But Saintonus makes really good videos, so I wanted to see what they had to say about that. They need PC data. I don't think they will ever get that. I mean, they can't even get the mobile data properly, right? So I don't think PC data will ever be acquirable.
New numbers are out on Sensor Tower, with many.
Where is it? Oh no, he's not showing.
Titles across the board like Love and Deep Space and Honkai Star Rail taking the top spot.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I clear everyone in Love and Deep Space. Love and Deep Space men. Let's hopefully Google this and not see penises. I clear all of them. Like, are you kidding me? Wait a second. Hold on. Are you kidding me? Tell me I don't clear this dude. Where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? Tell me I don't clear this motherfucker. Tell me I don't clear him, bro. What? Bro. No, I clear him out. I beat his ass, but whatever. It's okay. We'll go back.
Spots, we're seeing steady levels of growth from the prior.
I'm more attractive than men.
With other titles like Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin Impact rising by a few million in global sales. Wuthering Waves, on the other hand, saw another drop in revenue heading into October. And with the 50% drop overall and only $2 million recorded in revenue across
$2 million? Oh my god!
CN,
oh my god!
There are quite a few players who are starting to feel a bit of concern. When we consider,
I'm gonna keep it a buck, even though those numbers were low at the time, they're inaccurate now. They're inaccurate. But even $6 million is really not horrendous. Like, it's never gonna reach Genshin levels, obviously. It's never gonna reach Hoyoverse levels. But to generate $6 million when you gave away a T0 and S tier DPS, it's pretty crazy. There is a drop, obviously, and I do think they're marketing their game. They're not doing the thing where, like, hold on, where is this? They're very generous. Like, forget the free 10 pulls, but Genshin and Sora, is this a shareholder community? What do you mean? A shareholder community? What are you talking about? Genshin Impact, 95% of the time, and you could say HSR as well. I don't get the context here. No, we're going over just pretty much like the tower report, like how much they made and like the drama around it. Like Honkai Star Rail and Genshin, 95% of the time have 2 new limited characters per banner, right? Excuse me, per patch. So per patch. Wu has only done that once, I believe, because the other time they gave someone away for free. So immediately off rip by Wu only doing one, they really don't, one limited character and being so free to play friendly. They're already not gonna make as much money as these two, just like straight up off rip. Like their profits are gonna be OD down. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just keeping it a bug. What up, Fit Panda? Damn it, brother. Hope you're having a great day today. How you feeling? Twice, Jian and Yinlin and Jinxie and Shangli. 2 times. Okay. 2 times. A lot of people. What? Yo, the most illustrious dab of all time. I gotta add you to the sweater. Panda, what the fuck you want me to write on the sweater? Do you just want me to write Panda? I don't think I could fit Funky Panda with everyone else's name, but I'll add you to the sweater, bro. I appreciate the resub. Thank you. My goat. Chat, we're at 17 fucking sub points already. You guys are insane, by the way. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Get to the same on launch, if I remember correctly. New characters are pretty slow to start. Yes. Most likely would not be surprised. Dad, where's my name? I have to add you, E. I have to add you. What's it called? I wasn't around for Genshin when it first launched. I can't speak on Genshin until Ito. I started playing when Ito came out, but Genshin Impact also had the weapon banner, right? So Genshin Impact's weapon banner was 2 fate points. So you could lose once, twice, and then on the third time, you finally get the guaranteed. Wuthering Waves has a guaranteed weapon banner, so that's another massive source of revenue that is immediately cut, that they will never see. They'll never get someone like Tectone whaling $10,000 to get Staff of Homa, because within 80 pulls, you will legitimately get the weapon you want. So off rip, that's it. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, you will not get that. Before it was infinite, exactly. Before it was infinite, right? And so that's even worse. But based off of their banners, their rotations, they're already ready. Not going to make as much money. It is what it is, right? That's not like an excuse. It's just their numbers are not going to be in the same stratosphere. They're also giving out 80 to 90 pulls per patch. Bare minimum. Bare fucking minimum. At the beginning of the game, they give away 3 free 5 stars. Technically 4. Like, there's a lot of shit, bro. They give away a lot of shit. Cappuccino's big ass sword. What's going on, brother? We're going. Before there's no pity on the weapon until Homa incident. Exactly. Also, Panda, message you that so that way I don't forget it. I appreciate you. But dab you up, Cappuccino. I hope you're having a great day today, man. I was a first day player and I could say it was shit because weapon wasn't guaranteed, but the basic banner was better than the. Yeah. The weapon banner wasn't guaranteed. Dude, you know how much money they made off of that? If I was around during Staff at Home, I would have dropped the game immediately 100%. Like Discord DM, yeah, so I could add that because I'm going to add it after we were done with this video. But they're not doing the normal, like, gacha tactics in, like, making money. They're also being very, very, very giving. I mean, I don't remember the same guy, like, the Dawei level. Like, that homie talks about how he wants to be giving to the community and shit, which is dope. So, but I just don't think $6 million is, like, the biggest red flag in the world. It's not good. Again, granted, the $6 million is off, but let's just say the $6 million is accurate. It's not like, oh my God, end of service, like everyone else is saying. It's not that big of a deal. If this was a 2.0 patch or something like that, I'd be like, okay, I'd get it. But yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think Wu was ever going to make Genshin revenue, mostly because of the marketing, mobile gameplay, different approach. That's the other thing. Wu's marketing at first was fucking atrocious. They had easily some of the worst marketing ever. However, their new marketing for Shorekeeper was fucking top tier. They only did one live stream at the beginning, which was fucking trash. That shit, I mean, I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. But, like, I understand why people didn't like it. But they announced the live stream in advance. They gave a trailer for the upcoming live stream, Shore's End. They dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos in regarding Shorekeeper and had a shit ton of Facebook ads. They have not done that for any other character. Like, their advertisement's been fucking horrendous. The most advertisements they get would be on Twitter with leaks. So, like, their advertising was definitely on point. Hopefully they do the same thing for Camila. I feel like a lot of people, I don't know why they would. I mean, they're going to skip for Camila. That's silly. She's the fucking best sustain in the game, but whatever. That's a different story. So, like, the advertising is another reason why the game, like, revenue, I feel like, is absolutely stifled themselves. And again, they're just very generous. Very, very generous. Enjoy Alert Panda. I appreciate your brother acting. I feel like Kuro is using before as a set to loyal fan base. Quality loves to go full on 2.0. I do think 2.0 is going to be a big shift. I believe personally, especially based off the leaks, I do think we have 1.3, we have 1.4, and 1.4 we're getting one new 5-star, and then we're getting one new 4-star. And then after that, I think 2.0, we're going to get skins. I would like to hope we get 2 new 5-stars per patch. I think that would be the wave. I think we're going to get a lot more in 5.0. Especially the skin stuff. They're going to make mad money with skin. If you look at PGR skins, like, they fucking know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm not the type of dude, but you show a little bit of booba. You show a little bit of booba and people are going to buy. Just it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Now, the game's coming out trying to simulate. They're going to have to forcefully climb the ladder to compete with Genshin. They don't need to compete with Genshin, man. A lot of people... Dude, Tower of Fantasy is still alive and making money. Tower of Fantasy has... Yo, but do we have an image of the skin? No, we don't. Also, what's going on? June, how you feeling, brother? Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day today. No leaks yet. Look at this. Tower of Fantasy. I'm going to pull up the viewership. A lot of the times, the community equates viewership and to a game being alive. Tower of Fantasy has 38 people in the category right now. 38 people. When that dude, Sateo, whatever his name is lives, maybe they have like 500. The game is still technically alive and well. Their PvP mode is low-key dead. But, you know, I appreciate the follow, brother. Thank you, man. Dab me up. Actual legend. Welcome in, brother. Nice to be here. I appreciate you. I quit a while ago. TOF is worth playing? No, just play Neverness to Everness. But the point with TOF is if you look at the Gacha revenue numbers for TOF, they A, still make money, and B, the months that they don't do bad, they still have enough money to the point where they're able to develop Neverness to Everness. There's a whole Twitter thread about them talking about it, like Tower of Fantasy. Tower of Fantasy, quote unquote, made $850,000 this month. And imagine if Wuthering Waves made $850,000. Prior to that, let's look at these numbers. Tower, 950, 740,000. Like, they're quote unquote making less than $1 million a month, and they're still doing okay. And they're still developing a pretty crazy gacha game. Like, I think people have things very skewed on the numbers and what's dying and what's not dying. So viewership does not equate to the game being good or bad. You know, here's a perfect example of a fucking idiot on the internet, right? Talking about the woo stuff. This guy, Icon Bo, he's in Tectone's Degens. I should probably block him. Dumbest fucking tweets I've ever read in my life. So if anyone's still coping with Shorekeeper revenue this month, this is how day one revenue should be. Hawkeye Star Rail Linksha over 10 times more than Woo with Shorekeeper day one revenue. Shorekeeper won't save you next month. Gotta pray Retreat General coming in clutch. The biggest fucking moron on the internet this guy is, right? And it's not even about defending the game, because it's not about the game. It's not about because I like Woo or whatever. I don't fucking care. It's because you're a fucking idiot. There's no comparison. You're comparing a game from a multi-billion-dollar company that is in the top, I think it's actually top 250 companies in the world, to Wuthering Waves, based off of numbers that you are not verifying. And even if you verified them, bro, Hoyoverse is a fucking marketing machine. That's like saying WWE, the biggest wrestling promotion, is doing better than an independent promotion of fucking Philadelphia. No shit, Sherlock. Holy fuck.
Amount of hype heading into 1.3, the incredible publicity the version has received in regions like CN, and the incredible ratings for the game across app stores as a result of the update, many are confused by the revenue results, especially considering that the first 2 days of Shorekeeper's banner were supposed to be registered in this data. However, one thing every person passing through this data should do is take it with a grain of salt.
One thing I will say, and then we'll continue watching the video. I know I yap a lot, but the Wuthering Waves shills, the Koro shills, were really down bad in the comments of my video. Look at this. They're like, no, Ethan, this is only going up until September 24th. 24 is the year. The date is not September 24th. If Wuwa has a bad month, it's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. The game is not ending. The game is not dying. No, actually, but Ethan, it's from August 24th to September 24th to what are we? And it's like, brother, I don't know if you've ever taken a math class before, right? I'm not good at math. I failed math twice in high school. But I can identify the year as opposed to the date. And so, like, you have the people on the wooer side as well that are just like fucking slobber me, globber me, drip down on the side of me type shit. And it's like, come on, bro. Just, it's a fictional website. with inference numbers that are inaccurate. They've changed it 3 times. It's not that fucking. I dropped mechanical engineering because of dumb. You're a fucking genius, Parthy. Now, but just the Woo workers work so much in the game. It's amazing. No, I don't disagree with you. But I feel like you can enjoy the game and be on Twitter and not defend it to the point where you're gonna start fighting with people. It's stupid. What up, Deco? I feel bad. Something like welcome that is it because the player count went down, but it's a single player game. I know. Not gonna lie, I'm so surprised the Honkai Star didn't make more money with their banners. That's only one portion. That website is mobile. One portion, not 100% accurate, not including everything else. It's not including consoles, it's not including PC. It's not including a lot of things. So realistically, it's not that. It's good to go over. It's free content. It's fucking free easy content, easy money. Realistically, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm always gonna cover it. Just straight up transparency. It's easy. I like pissing people off sometimes, but it's free content, and it is good to just have a general grasp, like a general. Okay, I can see this. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you another example. Viewership doesn't mean a fucking thing. Love in Deep Space. Bet you right now, unless one person is streaming it, like a big streamer, it might have potentially 100 people. 2 viewers! 2 viewers in Love in Deep Space. 2! If I switch to Love in Deep Space right now, I'm the #1 streamer. 2! Right? The game made an ungodly amount of money. People don't get it. They don't equate. Time to farm, boys, we're in there. Love in Deep Space made 55 milli vanilli just in CN. 62 million in general. Who is really playing mobile WoWa? I don't think a lot of people play mobile WoWa, and that's a different story. They lost their mobile things. Yup, hot guys. Yeah, I know, but I still cleared them. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like the arguments people put online, they're just invalid. Just fucking play the game you like, asshole. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Shadow, I appreciate the follow, brother. Got me, man. Welcome in. We're having a great day today. I hope you have a great day. Yeah, no, WoWa plays horrible. I got an iPhone. M has a better iPhone than me. We played it in the hotel. Trash. Worst experience of my life. If I was only a mobile player, I would never play Wuthering Waves. I would never. And that's how they lose people, you know? My man WoWa runs mint on S20 Ultra. You got S20 Ultra money, but I appreciate you, brother. Welcome in again. So yeah, I just think people are going too hard over this. I'm going to snooze ads again.
There are numerous factors related to Wuthering Waves and not at play when it comes to these overall numbers. Today, we'll be diving into what these factors actually are, breaking down the conditions leading up to WoWa's version 1.3, where you should have a bit of skepticism when it comes to Sensor Tower's numbers, and from there, what we can expect from Wuthering Waves as it moves forward. This game, for a lot of players, is a lot more enjoyable on the PC, and when a platform only accounts for data from mobile, it's not telling the whole story. As always, if you enjoyed this content, please hit that like and subscribe button.
Like the video!
When it comes to September revenue, players should recognize the road WoWa traveled leading up to version 1.3. With only the second update to the game, Kuro released what many considered a complete filler patch, with no meaningful story progression, limited appeal for one of their new releases, and what many consider to be one of the biggest factors in September's results.
I also have to say a filler patch in like the second or third patch is pretty crazy, by the way. I think that's also like an L move. I my hope is that 2.0 and on is going to be fucking gas. Like, obviously this patch is good. This patch is a very good patch. But releasing a filler patch is kind of crazy. Like, just that early. You know what I mean? Like, that honestly, I think contributes to it quite a bit. Genshin did the same thing, though. Did it really? Again, I wasn't around for Genshin. But Genshin Impact doesn't release fillers normally until, like, the 0.4 era. Like, once the Archon quest is done, then they start doing a little bit. They did. Okay. But now here's the thing, though. Don't follow Genshin's agenda. Don't follow it to a T. I think they're doing a filler patch so that way they could deliver more and maybe more consistently. So I think that's okay. Like, that's not a big deal. But I do think that's a little I just started this game yesterday, so how far I can go for free? You can get very far for free, Len. I made a whole free account. We got up to the end game with it. On about one patch. Please don't follow Genshin formula. Genshin was in the pandemic as well. I don't think following the Genshin formula to a T is good. Like, I think they drip market their characters way too early because now people are skipping Shorekeeper for Camilla. You have Shorekeeper's banner, you have Gion's banner, and then Camilla comes out. So that's September's done. October's revenue is going to be low. We won't know for November until November, right? You're going to have low revenue, and not a lot of people will probably swipe on Camila because you have so much time to save for her. I understand giving people a lot of time, but that's way too much time. They dripped Camila's marketing 2 weeks ago. They gave us 2.5 patches for Camila. Was it actually 2 weeks ago, or was this close to 3? September 12th. September 12th. That is way too much time. That is way too much time, brother. Plenty of people, plenty of times after getting Shorekeeper, true, but a lot of people are just straight up skipping Shorekeeper. A lot of people are skipping Shorekeeper. They want more revenue to add skins to the game. I do think they should add skins immediately. They get a Scar patch after Camila Trust. I hope so. I hope. When did Jinxie come out? I don't know off the top of the dome. I really don't. I'm not too sure. There's a huge span of time where it's just Masai leeway to fuck all to do. Yeah, then, geez, yeah, we'll see what happens. We don't even know if 2.0 is next. All right, let's fucking continue.
A 3-week banner for a character that was, quite literally, completely free. It's clear from the August numbers. Jeja was a character that didn't tick off a lot of boxes for players, as her conservative visual design and extremely limited team compositions meant that regardless of the reason, waifu or meta, the drive to pull on her banner, lose 50-50s, and spend if those 50-50s were lost wasn't quite there. Zhongli Yao, on the other hand, he was completely free. And when going to soft pity 2 times accounts for roughly 140 pulls, that's an insane amount of potential pulls that Kuro gave to players for free. It didn't matter if you didn't want Zhongli Yao. If you did, you didn't have to spend at all. What this ultimately meant was that you didn't lose a lot if you didn't pull in version 1.2. And even if you pulled on Jeja's banner to a single pity,
a lot of people just got the weapon free to play as well.
You weren't running out of pulls across the entire version unless you pulled on multiple banners, and there just wasn't a big reason to do that. What this meant was that players, heading into 1.3 and the incredible hype prepared for Shorekeeper, there were a massive number of people who were able to completely guarantee her without spending a single dime. This is a phenomenon we've seen before. I like to call it the Kafka effect, a circumstance where an incredibly popular character with widespread adoration across the fanbase doesn't do well at all when it comes to revenue. And that's because people were saving multiple patches for her. And it's the same case for Shorekeeper. Wuwa was a game that launched with very few sustainers, and the need for multiple to clear the most rewarding endgame content meant that Shorekeeper, as the first limited one, was a top pick for many.
Do you think that's why Jane Doe banner didn't do as good? Like, I know a lot of people were predicting Jane Doe's banner to go crazy, especially because of the feet. Like, do you think that's why? Like, people are like, yo, fuck it, I'm saving for Jane Doe. Yes. Yeah. It's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing. That's hard to combat. Hard if you counted on the amount of pulls. We have a skipping banner. That's 5 character skip. Yeah, because of the upcoming banners. Yeah. I don't know how you fight that. I don't know how you make people spend in the interim. Kafka and Jane Doe are probably at the top. Yeah, they mentioned the characters everyone's waiting for. That's why I think. What up, STS? Hope you have a good day today, man. That's why I think drip marketing early is good for the players, but it's very bad for players doesn't need to worry. But like, it's not like money wise, it's not the right move. Like, 2.5 patches to save for Camila. You could play the game every day, do dailies, and don't do anything else, and you will have more than enough pulls. You'll have more than enough pulls for sure, without a doubt. Maybe probably because same whenever she released, okay, she just exists in the story and did her thing, and that was all that's necessarily true. Jinxie's goated.
And absolutely mandatory for others. When you need something, you save to make sure you can get it. And when you just want something, that's when you start spending. And a lot of players, they needed Shorekeeper. And with her incredibly early marketing,
it's dope.
Drip starting all the way back to the first version update of the game, that meant that players have had a lot of time to save.
That's true!
Shorekeeper herself came with incredible value across her early sequences.
That's crazy.
With a huge quality of life buff that gave her far more variety in team comps at S1, and of course, her insane 40% attack boost to the entire team at S2. But the fact of the matter is that not a lot of players actively pull for sequence nodes for sustainers. There's a much bigger appeal to investing in DPS characters for more active and noticeable upgrades versus the entirely passive bonuses you'd get from a sustainer. Honkai Star Rail proved this to us, with characters.
I think all constellations in this game are a waste, low key, high key. I mean, obviously, if you want to get it, do it. It's fun. But like, even Jinxie C1, although it's really, really, really good for TOA, it's really not needed. Like, this game is more of a skill as opposed to buying your way through. What up, Virtual? I hope you had a great day at work today, Stinky. How you feeling? How you feeling? When they announced that just so I have a save mode, for example, exactly. Part of the thing is drip market shortkeeper earlier so they could avoid shitstorm of people thinking they baited them to pull GG to take their money away. I don't know, man. I don't think you will ever be happy. Like, I don't think the fan base. I know the fan base will never be happy. So I feel like you shouldn't fuck shit up like that. You know what I'm saying? But Virtual, hope you have a great day. I hope everything was good. Make a drink for me as well. I literally just got such an insane artifact. Let's go. 96 is gonna be rough. Listen, you got it, dog. Like, that logic is out there, but it's so dumb. Nowadays I could see it. I mean, dude, fucking look at Dickhead McGee and the fucking Tectone degens. You know, people complain about everything, about every fucking thing. So I'm better at the game. Did? Oh yeah, much better gamer than me. Much better at the game. But no, legitimately, this game requires more skill than something like Genshin. Therefore, you know, I don't think constellations are needed, but that's a whole different conversation. My back fucking hurts. Oh, I'm sorry. It will definitely rest. Get some ice or something. You know, no one will ever be happy. There's a difference between listening to feedback from people who play the game consistently, who do the reports and actually give genuine feedback, and then there's a difference between just listening to every version of feedback you hear on Twitter. You have to have selective hearing, because some people might have really good intentions and have the fucking worst goddamn suggestion of all time that they should never fucking be a game developer. Some people just fucking like shitting on the game. So it's hard. It's hard. Like ZZZ said, it's hard. They could never make everyone happy in their developer notes. I actually really thought it was cool. I think ZZZ is an example of listening and being in touch with your fan base and doing a great fucking job. Let's make our own game. Oh, they're just saying, let's make out, Banjo. Hey. We can make a game or we can make out, whichever one. I just have to ask permission from Emily first. Even in Genshin, you don't need constellations. True. Hate feedback whiners. Was it 3 liters? 3 liters or what?
Like Luocha or Fushuan, equipped with very powerful initial upgrades on their dupes, performing the worst out of all the game's limited characters on their release. People don't like investing in sustainers. And even if you were a person who wanted short
just dodge, forehead,
nodes,
just dodge.
The chances are you likely claimed them from the Coral shop, where for the exchange of 45
Coral, I'm sorry.
pulls, you could redeem 1 whole copy. When comparing 45 pulls to the potential 160 you'd go on the character banner, you can imagine how that would have a big impact on revenue. And when we're nearly 5 months into the launch of the game, it's undeniable that there are many players who had the resources to do this. What this ultimately meant is that Shorekeeper's revenue had a lot of factors working against it, with her S0 sales impacted by the massive amount of savings players cultivated across 1.2, and the revenue from her whale bait early sequence nodes countered by the absurdly easy access many had to her dupes, costing a fraction of what they typically would in many of the top titles. All of these factors are tied to Kuro Games, from their patch schedule all the way to the generosity in their design of the Coral store. And when you consider that her weapon wasn't a very big upgrade over a 4-star op,
her weapon I think was a massive L. Absolutely. Like, in one hand, I'm happy that it's not good because the 4-star weapons in this game fucking suck. Like, the 4-star weapons is a completely different video we can do, but the 4-star weapons are fucking horrendous. But they're gonna make like her weapon's cute, it looks good, but it fucking sucks. It's not enough of an upgrade. Doesn't work with Verena. It only works with Baiji and her, but it's not a big enough upgrade. It's not to the point where like she gives so much of a crit rate, crit damage, and attack buff. You don't need it. You just use Verena. You just use variation, and you get concerto energy with the elemental skill, which is up faster than your burst. Therefore, it's better. A lot better. Hoopla, but the revenue, probably don't know about the update of the revenue. 10.5 mil for what? What up, Gob? All this hoopla about revenue, you probably already know, but after the update. Yeah, so Gob, it went from 11 million to 10.5. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. We're going to go over the Tower Sensory thread in a minute, because there was an interesting thread on Twitter that I wanted to check out after this, and then we'll do account help. We'll do a little bit of account help. But yeah, her weapon is a good but clear skip, very clear skip. 14 attack is almost nothing. I agree. It really is nothing. Do a tempo, get it. If you don't move on, I agree. You're better off if you get Wicked like 2. No, I agree. Listen, man, I think obviously being a sustainer definitely contributes to the fact that they're not making as much money on this banner. But realistically, they're not going to make money on the next banner either. The moment they might make a lot of money on Camila, potentially. But if they don't make a lot of money on Camila, I think 2.0 is going to be their biggest increase, especially if it's Scar. Gion, a lot of people have Gion already. A lot of people have Gion. They might roll for. That's why they put Yuhu on Gion's banner, which makes sense. which makes sense. I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad at you. I ain't gonna hope. You know, I ain't gonna hate. I'm summoning for Camilla for sure. Me too. I want his weapon. You definitely need his weapon. Without his weapon, he's ass. But there is definitely a lot of contributing factors for sure. I just for sure. I just don't think like it's the end of the game or something like that. Like $6 million a month. Let's just say they made $6 million a month. It's still a lot of money. Black Myth Wukong cost $80 million to make. If they made $6 million a month, Wuthering Waves, bare minimum, they're making an ungodly amount of money for a shitty fucking mobile gacha game. Shortkeeper's weapon worth it? No, it's not. It's not good. It's not good. Just use variation. I have a whole video on why it's bad. It's still more than enough. It is still more than enough, and that's what I'm saying. If you compare it to Genshin, of course. If you compare it to Honkai Star Rail making $100 million in January, of course. The numbers are not going to compare, but they don't need to compare. As long as they could stay alive, they could float, they could pay their workers a good salary, make their community happy, I think they're okay. But I do think they need to change some things up, though. I really do. I really do, for sure.
There wasn't a lot of incentive to spend there either. However, there are other nuances at play, specifically when it comes to Sensor Tower.
Yeah, I got you,
itself.
I got you.
Sensor Tower only looks at mobile sales, and Wuthering Waves is a game due to a poor initial mobile reception, fast-paced combat,
that's
and
another thing.
Difficult
really
to handle
bad.
Camera controls.
Really
it doesn't
bad.
have a huge mobile player base.
Yeah.
With the release of controller support on all platforms, new in version 1.3, this is something we can expect to change.
I agree.
But it's still a large obstacle to get through. What this means is that there are a lot more players engaging with the game on PC. And one thing we've learned from the past few months is that PC gaming in CN is on the rise, specifically due to the release of Black Myth Wukong. That rise in PC gaming and Wuthering Waves
What up, Daya? This is such a cope video. I could definitely see that perspective, and I don't think this person, because okay, the numbers are wrong regardless. The numbers are wrong regardless, right? The number, it wasn't 6 million. We don't know the real amount, but now they're saying 10.5 million. But even if it was 6 million, these are still valid points. And I think this is a bigger issue than this month's revenue. I think this is a issue of how they're doing their marketing for the game and how they're doing their gacha mechanics as opposed to every other gacha game. They're just consistently more giving. I don't think they have good timing with their drip marketing. There's really no reason to pull for. I mean, you have Arena and Baiji, technically speaking. A lot of people are going to skip because it is a sustainer. And there's a lot of contributing factors here. So the information that they're giving is not wrong. Is it cope? For sure. I could definitely see it in that category, but I don't think it's a glazing, like, oh my God, like, don't worry, guys, Wuthering Waves is not dying, because it's not dying, but it's not like a cringe type of deal. They're just pointing out the facts of the matter. So honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's pretty fine. But the weapon is 100% is insane. Awesome, it is, but that's also a massive loss of revenue overall. Like, realistically, they're losing OD revenue off of that for sure.
Improved experience.
And I'm happy you had a good day at work today, Virtual. That makes me very happy.
Isn't accounted for at all in this revenue data.
Makes
that's
me
a
very
huge
happy.
part of the player base that's getting ignored. And there are some massive benefits to PC sales. That's because app stores, be it Apple or Google or third party, take a massive cut from any revenue generated on their platform. That percentage share is significantly lower when it comes to PC. Players make direct transactions with Kuro games, and as a result, Kuro's slice of the pie is significantly higher. While we have absolutely no recorded data of PC revenue, when we factor in the rise of PC gaming in CN, the overwhelming support version 1.3 has seen on social media like Billy,
it is high up on Billy for sure.
In net revenue developers get from PC sales over the App Store, it wouldn't be surprising at all if Wuthering Waves is doing a lot better than what the Sensor Tower data shows.
Of course it does.
And of course, we always have to consider the fact that Sensor Tower is just wrong. They have had numerous incidents where days, if not weeks of revenue are simply not recorded, and they have no real data aside from iOS sales. Numbers from the Android store or any other third-party platforms are guesstimated. You always have to take these reports with a massive grain of salt.
We're gonna get into that
At
in a
the
minute.
end of the day, there were a lot of factors leading up to September's numbers. But one thing for certain is that Camellia, a long-anticipated release, is launching after Shorekeepers drained us completely. Players had all of 1.2 to save, and now that those savings are gone, we should see some much bigger numbers in 1.4.
I don't think those savings are gone. I think you literally just said that. I don't know. I don't think the savings are gone, but no, I don't think we're gonna see a big rise in 1.4. It's a good video. It's a very good video, by the way. It's good. I just disagree. I think 1.4 is still not gonna do very well. I think 1.4 is going to suffer the same fate, truthfully, because people are going to save this patch because they're skipping Shorekeeper. A lot of people are skipping Shorekeeper, and I can't speak. And then people are skipping Gion as well. So, that's who's next. She is who's next. What up, love? How you feeling? I'm free to play and I can get Shorekeeper right now and I'm barely into 1.3. Yeah, you get a lot of shit. You get a lot of fucking shit.